Holidays in Charleston are fantastic, and being able to take the time and enjoy the places that you love with family and friends is always a good thing, wherever you are. And the weather here in the South, it can be very unpredictable. It's either jackets or shorts in November, sometimes flip-flops. Most of the time, though, it's a light jacket or a sweater. Now, before I show you what Thanksgiving morning was like this year, take a moment and like and subscribe. This will help the nice folks at YouTube understand that, well, Charleston is a beautiful place, and who better to show it to you than me? And of course, I am biased. But again, if this video earns your subscription, then I will be very thankful. See what I did there? Thanksgiving was just a few days ago. Thankful. Okay, I'm going to keep what this video is about as a bit of a surprise, and within just a few minutes it will of course be very evident what we do on Thanksgiving mornings here. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Don't sound so excited, Ben. I live in West Ashley, which is an older part of Charleston, and what I really like is that being in this Northbridge area, we have pretty good access to everything. And the houses here are older, so if you're thinking about moving here, you might have to find a house that needs renovating, but the location is going to be great, and we can certainly talk about that. Just call me or email anytime. But anyway, being in real estate and having the ability to jump out and get from place to place, this is pretty helpful for me, so I like this spot. Now here we are with my family and our neighbors, or their kids anyway. Their children grew up with ours, and they're literally like our extended family. Their parents are both musicians, and they work in a church in Mount Pleasant. Anyway, every Thanksgiving morning they typically have services, and we get to spend time with their kids, which is awesome. Okay, here we are downtown. The weather's nice. Probably started out in the high 50s and it's in the low 60s now as I'm filming this. And like I said, not knowing what to expect with the weather here is kind of to be expected. Okay, by now you can probably see that we're joining a few thousand other Charleston folks in what is effectively known as the Turkey Day Run, or as we like to put it, depending on your motivation, the Turkey Trot / Gobble Wobble. Now here's the website right here, turkeydayrun.com. Looks like this was the 45th annual run, which makes for an easy family tradition. And yes, my family was ecstatic that I brought my film gear, and I am being sarcastic right now. But every year we've done this, I've always said I wish I could make a video, so here we are. The race starts at Marion Square, which is in the center of downtown, and the first leg will take us up Meeting Street, which ends at the Battery, which is where the first shots of the Civil War happened. So let's let the race begin here, or at least part one of the race.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, my family is a few hundred yards back, and I'm sure they're wondering what it is I'm doing and where I am. And these race organizers, they do a good job because, well, we saw the first group, which are the Turkey Trotters. In other words, they're the runners. They started first. And now let's let part 2 kick off. These are runners also. And I'm going to let this one begin, and then I'm going to continue on down and join the fam in just a few minutes.
3, 2, 1.
Running up there. We are getting lit on this Turkey Day run. You go to like oh my god.
No,
put it up. I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and I want to say I'm thankful for my friends, and Rudy, my benefit, and oh my God.
We're not too far from what's called the Four Corners of Law, but before we get there, we're kind of walking near the college area. The College of Charleston makes up the middle of the city, and many of the admin buildings are these old houses, so it's not just all college campus. Let me show you.
Hello there.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
This is sort of the very central point of the college. This is a cistern here, and this is where the students walk to get their, diploma. Frequently they have concerts here, especially during Spoleto, which is an international arts festival started in Italy. So we've seen some really great music, and they use the cistern here as the stage.
Nora 1, Marita, mira, this is how you do it.
This is one really great example of the wrought iron gates and fences that you can find in Charleston.
So this is the college. This is where I graduated, and it's just a beautiful place. The peninsula, it looks like a thumb to me, and Meeting Street runs the length of the peninsula, and King Street parallels it, which is where the race will ultimately end. Okay, my family left me, but I will catch up. Here we are at the Four Corners of Law. We have the mayor's office on one corner, and then we have the post office. And behind me here is the treasurer's office, and of course, this is St. Michael's Cathedral. I've actually been in the top of this steeple. When the iPhone first came out, I was involved with creating the world's first self-guided walking tour for the iPhone. My partner at the time, he was a walking tour guide, and I highly recommend taking a walking tour when you come. But he has good connections with lots of people down here, and he was able to get us into the church and effectively to the top of the steeple, which was amazing. This is the one that they painted black during the Civil War because it was a target, and they ran out of black paint, so they had to add green to it. So as you're walking around downtown Charleston, you'll see this black color that has a very dark green tint, and that's why it's called Charleston green. This home here was built in 1840, and it's seen its share of earthquakes, war, fires, hurricanes. Again, lots of history. I always think, what happened? How many people have been in this home? How many people have walked by this house? It's got to be millions. It's just so interesting to me.
So this is the Williams Mansion here. It's kind of dead in the wintertime, but these old oak trees, they have a lot of ferns on them, and in the summertime they're really green. Obviously it's not summer, it's fall here, Thanksgiving. And this is an example of just a beautiful property. This is a kind of a museum of sorts. Hey, Hattie.
Hey, it's a totally different route.
Okay.
I don't know where you are.
Okay, so I had to take a shortcut because my family lost me, or I paused to film. So I'm going to hopefully link up with them at King Street. In the meantime, this is Lambeau. There's some other folks that are cheating too. So this house behind me is one of my favorites in Charleston. It has the most amazing details here, and I'm going to flip my camera around so you guys can see it. I don't really know the history behind this one, but every time I come by, I'm just like blown away by the details here. Take a look at this craftsmanship. Yeah, so like I said, this is one of my favorites. And a big thing here in Charleston is to have window boxes. It's really a big thing here. And yeah, as you can see, this place is pretty spectacular. Beautiful place. I love the black trim.
Look at all of them.
want to say hi to all my parents, all my family. And thanks to the man upstairs for looking over me for this race.
You should thank your parents for letting you be here.
Thanks to my mom and my dad for being here.
They're the best.
They're the best. Thanks to
You owe them your life.
Miss
basically.
Hattie and Mr. Nat as well.